Monday morning has me in my comment section, and I have to read a few to you. Vienna says yesterday, can someone please explain this to me? I am new to this lady's site. 1 minute she's crying, the next she's trying on clothes and cooking and being so happy. Am I watching old or am I watching new? Vienna, let me just tell you, grief is really confusing. 1 minute you're smiling and you feel shame for that. You feel guilty because the love of your life, everything, your person is now gone forever. And you're trying to figure out and scramble how to put one foot forward after the next, how you're gonna make a living for 4 kids, and you do this from social media. This next one says, Janie says, get a counselor, death is a process of life, stop putting your personal info on public sites. Each person has their own battles. Janie, you're absolutely right. The Bible does promise that we'll all have trials and troubles of many kind, but it also says take heart because he has overcome the world. I know I'm not the only one with problems, and I understand that death is a process of life, but it's still very incredibly difficult. And if you've ever lost anybody that is your person, you would know and feel that too. It's so hard to describe. It's indescribable, and I hope that you never have to feel it. This last one says, sometimes I think she shouldn't post certain things, but I think she's just over dramatic a bit. I had to come to my comment section to remind you of just one thing. Not that I have to defend myself, not that I have to say what I'm sharing is worthy of sharing or not sharing, but let me say this. This life, this hand that was dealt to me that I didn't want, I could either really be quiet about and not share the struggles that I'm going through, but I have for the last 10 to 12 years have shared about everything in my life and the good. So why would I stop now? Because honestly, hope is more potent when it doesn't make sense. I heard that at church yesterday, and it's so true. Do you realize that hope is more potent when it doesn't make sense? Regardless of my circumstances, he is still on the throne. And so these ugly comments, they can go all day long in my feed and my comment section, but I want you to know that I don't want to be the influencer that just shares the goodness of life. I want to be the influencer that shows you the reality and the rawness of life. I have committed about 2.5 weeks after my husband's passing to turn this camera around and just share my real raw grief. And I hope in doing that it points to the one who has me, the one who's holding me, the one that is making a way for me when I don't understand the life that I've been dealt, when I don't understand the next step to take, that he is holding me. And I hope that points to the ultimate hope and truth that we all have. So if you don't understand, it's not your job to understand. Quite honestly, I don't even understand. I don't understand why one moment I can laugh and smile, and the next moment I'm in tears. The next moment I'm trying to figure out how to take the next step forward. Grief is just indescribable. It's something that you can't comprehend. Even when you're walking through it, it doesn't make sense. I do know, though, who has me. And I know that he is still writing my story. And my hope for showing up on this is really like multiple things. But one of them is going back and seeing the progress that I've made. It's like an online diary journal for me, that I can go back and see how God is working in my life and how he's sustaining me and strengthening me through this tragic time of my life and trying to figure out how to parent my children and mother my children through this tragic time in our lives. And it's also to show the world that life doesn't have to be perfect for you to find a hope and joy in the little things, hope beyond the midst of your storm, and to point you back to where that true hope comes from. I don't have the strength within myself to pull myself up by my bootstraps and do it every day. The only way that I'm getting strength is from him. He is sustaining me. He is strengthening me. He is making a way. And so my hope and prayer is that one day when I look back, I can say, I've really walked this journey and I've grieved. And I don't know what grieving well looks like, but I was raw and I was vulnerable in hopes that I could point somebody in the midst of their storm to the one true source of hope. So comment section, you just keep right on ahead. You keep commenting. If you don't understand, I hope that you never do have to understand. And a great reminder that everybody is fighting their own battles, to be kinder than necessary. You don't know what God has asked her to walk through. be kind, show grace, show empathy, and first and foremost, just love people through their storm.